In the year of 2021, after many years of searching, I was able to purchase a remote property deep in the mountains of Western Canada. I've recently decided to quit my job, move here full-time, and see if I can survive solely on a YouTube income. With no neighbors, very difficult access, endless wilderness, and a river that runs through it all, I couldn't be happier with this newfound freedom. Follow along with me for this challenging journey while I try to create a livable space in this unforgiving yet beautiful, vast wilderness. I am not gonna swim back across that river. I don't think I'll get a video out for tomorrow. Canoe or a kayak, which I can portage or, portage down the trail back to the river, and hopefully I can get back before dark. But I am not swimming across that damn thing again. A little bit more discomfort than I could bear to handle again. Well, I've just tried to get my hands on a canoe or something, or some sort of dinghy or whatever, but no luck. There's one spot I want to check out where I can cross the creek and then go upriver, and then I know there's it gets kind of skinny there at that part, and it's actually a pretty good area to cross, so I could try that. Probably not going to work out. I'll probably be back at the vehicle. The neighbors who live way down river offered me a place to stay for the night or whatever, camp out in the vehicle, but I can't get my dinghy upriver and I can't get my boat, basically. I don't know, I somehow have to get across the river like an old canoe or something. That's where I'm at, so I don't know. I'll get those other boats back later, sooner or later, but it never hurts to have a canoe. I don't have a canoe. Just to ferry from point A to point B. I can see snow up top. The water's too high, I can't cross. My phone, wallet, laptop, everything is over there. The only thing I have is my keys. When I packed this bag, I was like very confident I'd just swim across the river. It wouldn't be fun. Go get what I needed, come back, swim back across. It wouldn't be fun. It's not it's not gonna happen. The river just keeps coming up and up and up, and it's cold, and that was not a fun crossing, and I don't want to try it again. 100% safe, but it was just absolutely brutal. I had a chance this morning to build a raft, and I could have built a good one, but I was feeling rushed, and so anyway, that's passed. All my tools and everything are on that side. Can no longer do that. You don't even want to do that. You don't even want to try and cross that stuff. If you fall on the wrong side of the water and the water pushes you against the log, forget it. Who would have thought sticking to a work schedule would be so difficult out here? One video a week, guys, but I'll aim for Thursday mornings, but I can't promise anything. Especially if it's so fast right there. The first little bit here is knee high, and it's like taking you off your feet. Like, even if I have extra weight, even if I'm carrying the fuel containers, your feet are like literally your body. If you're standing straight up, your feet are still just getting pushed along the bottom, and you're trying your best not to trip. I don't know, what the heck do you do? No money, no nothing, no wallet, no phone. Wow. The camera won't pick it up, but I can see that snow line up there. It's pretty cool. Just above the clouds up there. Twice on the trail today. That's nice and warm. As long as I keep moving, I'm good. I crank the heater in the car when I get there. Whew. My running game is weak. Can't say I've ran much since July. Good morning. I ended up having to drive to my friend Matt's place, which from here to there is like after taking the trail and the road and everything was like 3 hours to get there, and then 2.5, 3 hours, and then I drove back here. But I still have the trail, and I still have the canoe to portage on the trail. So I slept in my vehicle last night, and canoe was on the roof of the vehicle. I was hoping to have a video up by today. So this is not exactly a good canoe for taking down long trails, because you don't have the classic yoke to put on your shoulders. So in this case, there's a cooler to put on my shoulders. So not a tripping canoe whatsoever, but it'll do the job. This explains the so-called beaver dam. I'm just above my knees, and I guess it is a flood zone. Let's call it a flood zone. But there's actually a lot of beaver activity in this area, because there's beaver dams just over there and just back there. But definitely a low spot on the trail. As mentioned back in the spring, this will have to be the new trail if I want to access this next, whatever, April, May kind of thing. This thing is a hell to portage, heavy for canoe. So yeah, not a tripping canoe, more like a recreational, take it to the pond kind of canoe. But they're strong. Oh yeah. Sure, I'm glad it's not raining. Holy cow. It was a bit overwhelming yesterday with that river coming up. Just kept coming up and coming up and coming up. At least I'll be able to get back and forth across the property, whether it's high or low water. Main priority, get the boat motor fixed. Get a few more trips in, get the rest of that stuff off that I have staged along the river. When that's done, then I could start building again, because I'll have materials. So there's that. Yeah, just get everything up here. I'm sure I'll be working on that cabin all the way through the winter, so it's gonna be a rough winter. I have the little bedroom with the wood stove, so just gotta get the wood stove set up in there, get all the firewood. As long as I can get back and forth across the river and have plenty of food, keep plugging away on the big cabin until you can move into it. That's all you can do. No longer portage it on my shoulders. But I have this nice slippery grass. Seems to work well. Well, the water came down. Still high though. Very fast water, so I'll put in, then I'll just end up down there somewhere, tie it up, walk all the way back to the cabin. Canoes are good for here, for going back and forth across the river, and for going downriver. An Olympic gold medal canoeist would never make it up this river. Good for 3 of the 4 things. But yeah, if I ever took the canoe downriver, I'm not coming back up. You'd have to line it, meaning you'd have to pull it with the rope. Especially after a big rain, it's just a much faster river. Yeah, you just can't paddle up current against this. We'll get there. It's a fast river. I have to go downriver a ways. I can't, there's nowhere to, it's really difficult to climb up there. It's too muddy, it's straight up. But here's this little island mound. That's where the aluminum boat was. Beauty. Well, I dragged the canoe over. I tried paddling upriver just now. I get to a certain point, no matter where you are in the river, you can't get up river anymore, so current too fast as I thought. Gonna drag it over here, put it in. I have whatever the some stuff from the solar from the summertime. Gonna put in the canoe, bring it back over. I need to connect for the solar too. I'm gonna try, instead of doing the solar in series, I'm gonna try running in parallel this time. The sun's out, and then I think the sun's going away for 3 more days to back to rain again, so I'll try that. I wouldn't mind trying it while the sun is out. And I'm gonna push this thing way upriver. Hopefully that's enough to get me across before I go too far down the river. All right, time to come home. It's coming home. I'll come back for this on another day when I can walk it across the river or put it in the boat. Another day, friend. We got this. Come on, buddy. Let's go upriver. What a devil. I've been waiting for some stuff from a power bank company. Still, I don't know, ironing out the details, I guess. I'll try this. Here's the connectors. So I'm going to try a different method. Have a bit of sun, enough that it should pick up a bit of a charge. There's like 1,000,001 things I would like to do and get on top of. But another really amazing one would be a water turbine. If it's not frozen over, you'll have charge 24/7. So I looked, I found a couple cheap ones online, but they produce like 100 watts or something. But I think there must be some better ones out there. I could have like a lever, some sort of gate on, I don't know, a big stick or a piece of steel that goes down. So as the water goes up and down, have a floaty on the end of it, just so it's staying up. And right below the floaty would be attached a water turbine, and have the wires running up the shaft up to here, and maybe have some sort of bracing on the shaft. But as the water's up and down, the floaty at the end of the shaft will float up and down with the current, and it'll support my idea is that it'll support the water turbine just below water surface. Female, female, male, 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 female. So, oh yeah, look at that. Okay, there. And there. Okay, the sun's just out enough. Let's plug it into this power bank here. Cool. I'm not gonna have too much sun in the next couple days though. It's gonna be really dark. Lovely little. Good afternoon. I just put out episode 30. My hope is to get a little bit of work done this week, but I already don't see that happening. Prior commitments. I'm going to help my friend Bill, who is a fellow I know from way back. He's way down in another valley. But we were talking since the spring. I said, I'm going to come help you for a day. It's more like to socialize. So, because we're old friends and I haven't seen him in ages, him and his wife. So point being is I've been putting it off. So I really want to get there and see them. I haven't seen them in a long time. Somehow I got to get everything here. The other thing is, the big thing right now is get the boat motor going. If I can just get it going pretty good and do a few trips, then I can start building again. Please, Shawn, get a sawmill before winter, will ya? I mean, okay, keys, wallet, phone. Check, check, check. That's a lot better than swimming. I don't care what anyone says. What? It's a little too deep. I'll just park the quad. Oh, a few good days of rain will fill that up. Okay, back to this again. At least I kind of have a rough idea where the path is. Yeah, I'll be able to afford some tractor or some sort of excavator or whatever next year. Not this year. But Bill was my neighbor. This was my first property up this way before I ever did any YouTube. Bill still has a boat. You haven't sank this one, eh, Bill?
What's that?
You've never sank this one before, right?
No, not today.
And deeper river, we don't have a jet. We can use a propeller on this motor. I think your boat's bigger than mine. This one's a little bigger than mine. Bill was a great help to me in my first cabin build back in these parts. And without his help, I never would have got anything built. Thanks, Bill. So Bill's also doing the plywood method. Mind you, his river's bigger and wider and far less distance to travel. I think it was that 2 kilometers to the boat launch.
About that, yeah.
Yeah.
I just put the plywood on there.
So that's your plywood pulling rope. So Bill's been pulling the plywood up.
Yeah, and pull it up.
There it is.
Like this, and I just walk like this and just hook it right there. See?
Nice.
And it comes this way too. See?
I'm gonna put a cable or a rope across the river when it freezes over.
Yeah, we gotta come in.
Here's Bill's screw jack here for. That's not gonna move with the frost at all.
No, they're down 4 feet. Maybe.
Yeah, you're golden. Here's the view from Bill's place. We're just filling in this gable end. Bill's cutting, and I'm nailing. Well, here's an addition. So, getting ready for Snowmageddon. This is gonna be like a storage loft, Bill?
Yep. And a lookout.
Hideout from the wife. Well, there's Bill and I. We got it. We got the. We filled in the gable end with framing. It's getting dark here. You guys probably can't see on camera too much. But big Bill is smart. He has his own mill. How about that scenery though? Not a bad spot you got here, Bill. Yeah. Winston. Going to Bill's wood yard. Yeah. This is where you get all your lumber for your mill?
Lately, yeah.
All your
lots of stuff laying down. Some firewood. Lots of firewood.
More than you need. Look how tall and straight these birch are here. Just
oh yeah.
nice specimens.
Nice shim.
Here's Bill's mill. What kind of mill is this, Bill?
I don't know. Green.
Green, made by Green.
No.
So Bill, you came out here at 70 years old?
Yeah.
And built your place. No road access. You already retired for a few years, came out at 75 now. Built his place, nothing but free time and lots to keep him busy.
More choke. The more you pull on it, this sides up here and keeps the front. And you can drag a pretty good log with a quad.
Really?
Out of the bush.
Well, all in good time. Another thing to add to the list.
Yeah, but I'm only use that thing. I've gotten some. Only one person could operate that tractor. I'm telling you.
What this is?
It's got an automatic transmission, 2-foot pedals. One's forward, one's reverse, no brakes. You know.
What year do you think this is?
It was the 50s sometimes. It's massive. Big thing is I can put logs up on the.
So you can transport logs. There's 90% of the battle right there.
Yeah.
So you haven't had to season your firewood or anything.
No.
You just.
No, I can go.
Bill,
I don't even have to
we should go check out the swamp. So in the winter, Bill just goes in on a snowmobile. He has so much dead standing stuff in a swamp, basically. And that's what keeps your firewood going all year.
Yeah, and it's good firewood. It's, you know.
Look at all, we were just talking earlier, like look at all this, the trees here are just so tall. Like you have a lot of birch, a lot of aspen, poplar, spruce, balsam fir.
Yeah. Some cedar.
Some cedar. No Douglas fir in this area though, not right directly here. There's a mountain range, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but he has quite a mountain range.
Water for the 15.
So this was just a hand dug well and they threw this this pipe in there, right? Or
something like that. Maybe he used his backhoe, who knows.
Yeah, he must have used some machinery or done it by hand. But anyway, it's just a vertical pipe with gravel at the bottom and the water just soaks into there through the ground. But the water table is pretty high here.
Yeah, and it's spring water. It's just excellent water. It's just
really
very well tasting.
Artesian water.
And there's another well there. You see?
The natural occurring well.
I could put another one of these.
I did find a well on my property, eh? Yeah. So here's a natural occurring well. Yeah. And that's.
Watch it don't fall in there.
That's not a puddle. That's like actual well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I put a cribbing in there, I could have twice the water.
I bet.
He doesn't want me around bidding on him. Yeah. Hunting. Are you hunting? Good boy.
Here we have the old telegraph poles, wires, and then telephone as well, I guess. Telegraph and then telephone. You have the old glass up there too. Pole's in good shape. Oh, there's the gable end. There's the gable end all framed in. You're perched up nicely up on top of that hill there, Bill.
Yeah.
There it is. In the last 4 or 5 years, you basically built that, eh?
Yep.
So you have a pretty good bear dog here, Bill. Hey, Winston. Are you a bear dog? This Bill doing all the work. This is food that's been in my vehicle for a couple of weeks now. I haven't been able to get it up there. Perfect time now. Well, we got some loose tracks there. fresh ones. Oh, looks like a big one. Big bull. Just temporary. Once I get the tin roof on, I can start insulating, and then I'll do this little area last, but my goodness, it's easy to take coat hangers for granted until you have to hang things up. Sure make a difference. Stuff all over the place. Typically I would use a grinder to cut this. I had this laying around, but the generator stopped working, so I think I can fix the generator. The outboard motor, maybe not, but the generator, I think yes. Work shirt. I just spent the last few hours cleaning up. The other cabin had quite a bit to organize in there. That cabin there. Getting some solar energy here right now. The new configuration of the solar panels in parallel is working nicely. Now that cleanup's over, I got some spark plugs and some high octane fuel and tools and whatever else. It's a perfect time. I'll grab my gun, go see if we can get the outboard motor going. Those don't look the same. BR8EO for, are you serious? I hate this thing. I don't know what to do about this outboard if I can't get it going. I can't get it upriver. Can't get the motor out of here. I can't get any work done without I need this outboard going. I need a outboard. Well, I do believe my only option is to float it out to civilization, to the village. 2 different rivers. Both are downriver. I have to. Going around any of those 90-degree turns on the river, I have to jump out of the boat with the rope, pull the thing over, make sure the boat doesn't get hung up, because it will sink if it does. I think that would be a full day drift. 30 kilometers on the, well, say 12 on this river, 17 or 18 kilometers on the other river. So call it like 18 miles, 19 miles, 30 kilometers ish, give or take. I'm sort of in limbo until I get this thing going. I just need it going for a couple good weeks, that's it. So nothing's getting done, no building. All I can do is make videos now. I don't know what sort of content you're gonna get in the next video. But me running around, I guess. I could split firewood, I can get a stove. Just general cleanup, I guess, but I don't have any other scrap plywood. So platform for the Starlink up on top there. Dig a hole, stand the post up, like cutting up high in a tree when you're already up 3/4 of the way in the tree and you have to make a cut. So you have to follow the top section of the tree. Top section of the tree falls down to the ground. Probably want like a tree arborist. You want a professional to do that. You don't want to be some guy out here by yourself cutting the top of a tree. So dead pole, dead tree with a pole basically de-limbed. Put the post in the ground, way safer. I don't have to climb a tree and try to cut the tree while I'm up in the tree. If you're not trained, that's a recipe for disaster. Like swimming across the river is dangerous enough. Forget trying to climb a tree and cut the top third of it off. Soil is about that deep, 12 inches or 30 centimeters, and I already hit that really hard clay. Bone dry. That's a good sign. I know those pilings are nice and dry, at least down low. Man, I really want to get working on that cabin. Too big. Just a little too tall. A lot too tall. Damn it. There. This is where you want another person out here. Just plugged it in to this here blue Etty. I've problem solving for my generator. My generator is not working.
High handy inverter from Honda.
Wow. So here's what I'm thinking right now. The trail will need work eventually, but first I have to get the boat going because I have all that stuff down the river that I still have to pick up. So I'm gonna try to get that outboard going, but I also need the generators down. So I gotta get the proper spark plugs for the boat and for the generator. Things are moving at a snail's pace, at least until I can get the boat going. Once I get everything up here, then I can start rolling again. There's a lot of stuff I have to get up here, and one good day in the boat is still better than 10 good days on the trail in terms of hauling a lot of stuff. If it snowed tomorrow, what can I do right now to make sure I get through the winter, even if this thing is way behind schedule, which it obviously is? Why not make this bedroom look proper good? And then I have a much better, super hyper efficient tiny wood stove that will not take up much room. It'll hold heat way longer, and a much more efficient stove. So I have that on order, but it's probably a few weeks away before I get it. Today, spark plugs. I don't necessarily want to make the long trip into town, but I have to hit the trail here. The trail is just a muddy mess right now. What am I talking about? Yeah, I have to go to town again, second time this week, which is time consuming, but it has to be done. Fill this thing up with wood in the next couple weeks, and then I could get through any winter. I could get through the coldest, longest winter possible, as long as I can cross the river on a consistent basis. That will be an interesting one. But the little cabin, get it finished, get the wood stove in there, build a bunk in there, fill up the woodshed, and then no matter what, I will be able to get through the winter and keep going at that.